Alright, so it's been a while since I actually recorded for this channel because I lost all the footage due to corruption of a hard drive that I was doing for the 12 days of QRZ. And I got new hard drives and everything, so we're gonna be trying to do some more videos, some more FT8. And right now we are going to be taking all the frequencies that I use, one of them at work, other ones I use just to listen to stuff, and I got two repeaters on there and the weather channels that I have on my Baofeng, and we're going to be transferring all the frequencies from my Baofeng and we're going to transfer it over to my Yaesu 897. So the yaesu 897 in the corner, that's my black one there. Right now it's set up on 28.075 for digital on 10 meters. But we're just going to do the actual moving the firmware from the radio to the computer, and we're going to add the frequencies and chirp, and then we're going to upload the firmware back over to the radio so we can have all these same frequencies over on the yaesu. So first things first, we're going to go to radio, and we are going to select the radio, which I've already have done. On the port right here, you're going to want to select the port that your radio is actually plugged into. I'm using a digirig, and my digirig is actually plugged into COM3, and everything I've looked at online says you can't do this with chirp, and that digirig will not allow it to work, but we tried it yesterday and it actually worked. So today we're going to be transferring those frequencies over. And after you got your COM port, you can select your yaesu manufacturer, or if you have a Baofeng, you can select Baofeng, and then you select your model, which is 897. If you have a regular 897, just like my black one here, I would suggest doing the 897 US first, just to see if it actually works. If I do US on my model, it kicks off midway through and it doesn't fully copy the firmware over. So I did this other 897 here and it actually copies over. Now first things first, do not tell this box that's going to pop up when I hit OK. Do not select it to actually not pop up, because you want these messages to pop up. Because with this message, it tells you exactly how to transfer the firmware from the yaesu to chirp. So first things first, we're going to connect the cable to the cat and linear jack. I've already have that done because I have it hooked up through digirig, so when I do FT8. So that's already done, and I already know what COM port it is. Now we're going to turn off the radio, and we're going to press and hold the mode buttons while we're turning the radio back on. So we're going to press and hold the power button. And now what we're going to do is we're going to press the two mode buttons here, left and right, and we're press and hold them while we're turning on the radio. You'll get the chirp here, and I'm not quite sure what that says right there because my screen is kind of blurred out, and I believe this one is actually says receive, and then this one is send. So what we're going to do is on the screen here, we're going to click OK, and after we click OK, we're going to press the send button here, and it's going to send the firmware over to the computer. But do not hit this do not prompt again for yaesu, because just in case you forget one day and you don't know what to do, you want this message to pop up to remind you. So I never do click that. And we're going to click OK, then we're going to hit the send button, and it's going to send over the firmware. Alright, clone is completed. So these are the frequencies that are on there. I put on 38, channel 38, to test it out, see if it worked yesterday, and it did work. So what we're going to do is, this is our stock firmware. This is our stock frequency. So first things first, we're going to go to, excuse me, we're going to go to save as, and you want to save it somewhere that you're going to know where it is and you're not going to forget where it's at. So we're going to go to stock firmware here, and I'm going to highlight just the letters here all the way up to 857. And then I'm going to do 97 because it's a ft-897. Then I'm going to do an underscore. I'm going to do a capital S, and I'm going to do stock. because this is our stock file. And we're going to save. Now we're going to do it again. We're going to go to save as, but this time we're going to back up into the 897, go to chirp files, and now we're going to go into the updated firmware here, and then we're going to highlight stock, and you can rename it to whatever you want. You can name it to updated, but I always name my updated ones to my nickname Hydro, because all my radios I save my updated firmwares to those. So we're going to save that now. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our 5RM Hydro, and we're going to click once with our left click on the mouse right here, and then we're going to press and hold shift, and we're going to click once right here on the bottom channel list. Mine is channel 28, yours could be another number. If it's more than 40, then you can scroll down, and wherever it is, you're going to press shift and you're going to click the left click once. And it should highlight all your frequencies in blue. And you're going to go up to channel 1 here, you're going to right click, and you're going to go to copy. Now we're going to go to the yaesu 897 Hydro. We're going to click on the first one here. That way it highlights the whole line. You don't want it to highlight just the box. And then you're going to right click, and we're going to go to paste. And then it says paste memories will override memories 1 and 2. That's fine. I want these to be overridden anyways. Boom. So now all these frequencies are in memory. And so we're going to go ahead and save that. That's the Hydro. Now we're going to move the firmware back over to the radio. And now when we move it back over the radio, instead of pressing send, we're going to press the A button. And that's, I believe, because it's burnt out right there, I believe that is receive. So we're going to go to radio now. Actually, first things first, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and we're going to turn it off, turn it back on. And we're going to hit V/M for memory. And we're at 7 right there. And then see we got skip 3.8, 7, and skip 3.8. That's all we have. And you can see right here, I believe that's channel 1, channel 2. So that's the only 2 channels that we have. We can hit it again and we go out into VFO. So now we're going to turn it off. We're going to press the mode, 2 mode buttons, and then we're going to turn it back on. And we're going to wait for the chirp, and then we're going to let go. And now remember, we're going to press the A button right there. So we're going to go to radio. We're going to go to upload to radio, because we want to upload these frequencies to the radio. So we hit upload, and we're going to select it here. COM3, yaesu, that's good. 897. We hit OK. It's going to give us that message again, but see, we're going to hit the receive button, which is button A now, instead of button B. So we're going to hit OK, and then we're going to hit button A here. Why are you giving me no receive? Alright, so we're going to do this one more time. I don't know why it messed up there. So I press and hold the modes. And turn it back on. We're going to hit OK. And it says press and hold the mode button. Turn the select and close mode will appear on display. Press the button A, receive. Okay, so we're going to hit A first to receive, then we're going to press OK. So that's the difference. When you're doing send, you want to hit OK and then hit send. But when you're uploading, you want to hit the receive button first so the radio knows it's receiving, and then you hit OK, and then it will download it to the radio. So now if we go to V/M, we should have the first one here as island. And then I'm hoping to see these are good. Tone squelch is good. Plus minus for the repeaters are good. My duplexes are all. So we're going to change that. So right now I would be able to transmit on all these frequencies, and I don't want to transmit on all of them. I just want to receive. So like the Best Buy, the Targets, I want to receive those. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to duplex, and go to Best Buy, and alright, so I'm going to have to double check to see how I can do that. Because it should have, if we go over here, if you go into duplex, see it says off right here. I can click on the drop down and it has an off. But if I do it over here, I don't have an off. So I guess on these frequencies I'm going to have to remember that I can't transfer on them. But since it's on there, we're going to go to V/M, and we got island right there. You see island is number 1, and right now I know I can receive the Walden Tower, which is 14. That's Walmart, Best Buy, Target Main, got Target stock. That's the Turner's Grove place. Got Dillard's at the mall, JCPenney's, Mall Security, CRP Tower. So that's Corpus Christi Tower, 119.400. That's Corpus Christi Ground Control. This one is supposedly, it actually gives you constant weather updates, but I don't think my yaesu can actually pick that up. Now here's Walden Tower. So when where I play disc golf sometimes at Walden Park, there's planes taking off and landing near, like almost right next door to the park. So these are the two frequencies I found out. This is the tower when they're actually landing or they're sitting on the runway, and after they take off, they transmit on King, which is Kingsville Departure, I think it is. Then we got the 2-meter calling. Got the Skywarn repeater, which hopefully around noon we're hopefully going to be able to pick up the lunch bunch. I don't know if they're still on and doing stuff. Then we got the Taft repeater. And then we got the Weather Channel 1.
Development of this system is not expected before environmental conditions become even less favorable for development over the weekend. Only
Let's see if I can get a Walden Tower. So when I'm closer to the airport, I can actually pick up reception on CRP Tower and CRP Ground, which is Corpus Christi International Airport. And this is the military planes going into Walden Tower landing strip. They're trainers. And then after they leave the Walden field here, they transfer over to this frequency, which is actually this frequency here. They're pretty active yesterday, but I guess they're not doing any updates for today or any test flying today. So like, comment, and subscribe. I'm sorry I've been out on the video, so I'm gonna try to get some more up. But this is showing that if you have a digirig, you can transfer frequencies from your yaesu. Next, I'm gonna get the digirig cables for my ICOM, and we're gonna do the same thing on the ICOM. I think my ICOM, I haven't got out of the box in a while. I think it's a ICOM 718, I think. But yeah, we're gonna get some more videos, and I was hoping we would get a receive on these two frequencies here, but I guess not.